Bawi Grana Weep Ninibong, I'm Engineer Hoist, and welcome to our Transformers Earth Wars news live stream. We are live on Twitch, and welcome to everybody who's watching the replay on YouTube. If you want to be in the chat with these guys over here, join up on my Twitch channel at Engineer Hoist over on it's twitchtv.com or no twitch.tv/Engineer Hoist. And Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're live talking about Transformers Earth Wars and a bunch of other stuff. So we always start off with a shout out. Let's go ahead and say hi to, we got Wreckin' Rule, Big D, Big Bronze Rim, Grand Galvatron, Bruticus remembered to come again finally, thank you. Silent Flame, Sharksy, K-Bond, 777, and bunch of people I've seen were already here chatting, but you scrolled off the top. But you'll see them off to the side. So if you want to join up, come on over and join us on Twitch. And so let's go ahead and get into the news, shall we? Forgot to hit that button so where that comes up there. This weekend's event is called Insecure Complex. Now, when I first saw the title of this, I was thinking, this would have been a great title for one of the events leading up to Red Alert, but we've already got Red Alert, but I thought this would have been a great fitting title for that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get through it. Now, this is a great event. Look at this list of prizes, and this isn't even the whole story. But it is an Alliance event. You can win a 4-star crystal, which is awarded in 2,500 4-star shards, meaning you can choose either faction, either your main faction or your alternate faction. You can also win up to 2,000 3-star shards, which is good for a 3-star crystal, and up to 5,000 premium shards, which is 5 premium crystals. So you can get, what is that, 7 crystals, including a 3-star and a 4-star. This is a fantastic event, and that's not even talking about the 70,000 spark, 5 million alloy and energon, and even 5 frozen spark crystals if you get all the way up into the really higher point levels. And really, really great. And we'll talk a little bit more about what point levels you have to get to that. Sharksy's kind of given that away, but that's fine. But clearly he's seen the newsletter. This is an Alliance Totalizer event. It starts and ends at the usual Friday and Monday start and stop times. It's one big list of prizes and Super XP weekend. Super XP, which means great time to get there and level your bots by battling in the event. How do you battle in the event, you say? Well, you have to be headquarters level 4, as you do for every event. You also have to be in an alliance, since this is an alliance event. You hit that yellow event button, which should be in your game right now for the raids, and you choose your battle zone, you win the battle, get the points, get your prizes. The battle zones are the standard battle zones. And we get a lot of prizes. This, believe it or not, is not a full list of the prizes. This is just a summary. There is a ton of different levels. But here's a big one. 5 million energon right out of the gate at 10,000 points. And at 30,000 points, you get 5 million alloy. Now, they said what they would be doing with that is they would not just be awarding you 5 million alloy and energon, they would be giving it in smaller chunks. I heard something about the space bridge and maybe the inventory, but basically if you're not ready to accept that, if you've got full energon and alloy, or if you're a lower level account and don't even have the room for that, they are giving it in smaller chunks, but it will be a total of that much. The 4-star crystal comes at only 115,000 points. That is easily achievable by most alliances. I saw somebody in VIP say, if you can't hit 115,000 points with your alliance, you need to find a new alliance, because you got people who are probably not really participating. It's not a given. You do still have to work for it. It may take you all weekend to get there, but it is easily achievable. Previous 4-star crystals have been given out up near 300,000. So this is a gift, an absolute gift. It's practically a free 4-star crystal. Get out there, get your Super XP, get your 4-star crystal. Now it is a standard 4-star crystal, essentially because, again, you're getting shards, so you'll purchase a normal 4-star crystal. So duplicates are possible if you already have a 4-star crystal. And then 100 and... I want to say it's small on my screen. I can't remember if that's 160 or 180. By the time you get to that point, you will have earned 5,000 premium crystal shards. That is given at multiple different levels. Plus, also, not in the previous list, but there are 5 silver power core chips available to earn and a gold power core chip. Now, the gold power core chip is up at I've got my points a little mixed up. It's up around 400,000 points. But so you do have to score quite a few points to get to that gold power core chip. But, you know, if you get a duplicate 4-star, you're going to get a gold chip from that too anyway. So, overall, great prizes in a great event with Super XP, and being at a 500,000 point event. If you've got a strong alliance and you guys want to get a lot of XP, there's ample opportunity to do so. Now, for the Frozen Spark Crystal, it's equal chances to earn 5,000, 7,500, or 10,000 Spark. So if you get up there to get the higher level and get the Frozen Spark Crystal, you're going to get some Spark to help you out on top of the 70,000 Spark that is available in the normal prizes. Looking at the chat, looks like you guys are pretty happy about it. The feedback that I saw in the VIP chat earlier, everybody seems to generally be happy about this event too, because I knew it was going to be that case, because this is an amazing list of prizes. So the next little bit is we've got the new bots revealed that are going to be coming in the next saga. I want to say probably 2 to 3 weeks away. I don't remember exactly when they're scheduled for, but based on what we saw in the story last week, pretty much everybody knew it was Thrust. Everybody knew it was Thrust. And one note, they did say they are going to fix his wings, because if you're familiar with Thrust, he doesn't have those wings. He's got the little more. Oh, I knew there was something. I forgot to bring my little figure of Thrust. But they are going to fix his wings, because he's kind of got like the VTOL wings, kind of like the fans, similar to Windblade, if you're familiar with Windblade. So his wings don't look like that. They look a little bit different. They said they are going to be fixing that. This is really more just a recolored ramjet they got shown here. Now, the question was for the Autobots, because they were talking about a heavy hitter, heavy artillery, but technical expertise. There was some thoughts maybe, and impactor throughout, hey, we need a wrecker. So some people were thinking, oh, is it going to be Whirl? Is it going to be Broadside? I don't think we'll ever see Broadside. But Whirl, definitely. Jer Barbara joining us, a familiar face from YouTube. Welcome to Twitch. Thank you for joining up. And SSR Davey also joining us on Twitch. Welcome. Thank you. But then, after a little bit of that discussion about which wreckers might come along counter to Thrust, so we were thinking about airbots. Then somebody threw out Scattershot, thinking, hey, they're talking about technical abilities, and we're looking forward to what combiner could be coming next. A lot of the speculation, including myself, has said the next 2 combiners are most likely going to be Computron, which, for all intents and purposes, is practically confirmed by the announcement of Strafe here. And then on the Decepticon side, I'm thinking the Seacons with Piranacon. We obviously don't have any of those guys in the game yet, but I think we'll start seeing them over the next couple of months, because they are coming out with the Seacons as toys here. The first set should be coming within the next month or so. So I'm pretty sure Computron, is. You can almost write it in pen. You don't even need to worry about pencils. Computron's going to be the next combiner. It's not going to be confirmed and announced for a long time. We got to get the rest of the Technobots in here. But since we've got the first Technobot in here, and he is part of a combiner team, and if you can see it back there, that's my Quantron, a third-party Computron. And I do have my G1 Computron out here we'll be taking a look at. But yeah, so Computron's practically confirmed, guys. So anyway, I thought, like a lot of people, that it would be Scattershot because they were talking about heavy artillery, and Scattershot does indeed turn into a large cannon as well. But, you know, Strafe is more of a flyer, and so it'll be interesting to see what their abilities are going to be. But we don't know what that is. We'll probably find out their abilities next week, and most likely the week after is when we'll get them. And really, there is a little bit of an update on Prime League. If you happen to be in Prime League, you probably already know what it is. I'm not in Prime League, so I don't really pay attention. And a couple of bug fixes. If you want to know all about that, we don't usually talk about it here on the news. Sign up for the newsletter. You can do that in the game, there in the news section. And you can get the newsletter and basically come into the stream on Wednesday evenings already knowing what I'm going to talk about when it comes to the news, but you don't know what else I'm going to talk about that's not related to the news. And we always end the news section with a reminder about the official Transformers Earth Wars news stream, which is tomorrow. They took a couple of weeks off for the holidays, but they are back tomorrow on the Transformers Earth Wars official news streams, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. You can catch them live at it's usually around noon Eastern time, and you can figure out your time zones from that. They say it's 5 p.m. Universal time, and they say expecting a year full of surprises. Will start by giving a closer look at Strafe and Thrust, who, as we just found out, are the next bots to join Transformers Earth Wars. Now, before we get out of here real quick, I do want to let everybody know, because I mentioned before, we are streaming on Twitch, so there is the link if you want to join us over here on Twitch for anybody watching the replay on YouTube. And also, again, if you're on YouTube, you will probably notice that there's no comments available down below because the COPPA changes came into effect, and if a video is marked for kids, they automatically shut off comments. So if you want to engage and interact with me and everybody else talking about the videos, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Engineer Hoist. I also have a Facebook page, which I'm not as active on anymore. Plus, also, I have the Discord. Links to all this stuff will be in the description of the YouTube video. I also have a link to the Discord channel, and I don't think I've updated that button because I hit one of my stream buttons and I thought I was going to put the link in there, but it's okay. The link to Discord will be in the description, so that's where a lot of the chatting goes on. You see a lot of the people that you see in the chat now down here. You see they're engaging and talking all throughout the week over there. So that's what you want to do. If you want to reach out and say something, find me or us at one of these different places. And that brings us to the end of that. So before we get out of here, like I said, I forgot to bring Thrust, but it's one of the Iron Factory Thrusts. If you saw it's basically the same version as what we talked about for Ramjet and Dirge. I'll try to remember to have him here for the next video, but I do have Strafe. So this is G1 Strafe. I don't have the Combiner Wars Strafe, but that's fine because I looked up what the Combiner Wars Strafe looks like, and he doesn't look at all like what they're using in the game. So this is more what they're actually going for, both with the color palettes, plus he's got the wings there on his arms, the legs. He's got the red wings hanging off of his legs. So there is that is the G1 Strafe, the tiny little G1 Strafe. And easy transformation. You basically just straighten out his arms, you flip out the wings, and make sure that the arms are lined up, and you kind of push them together and flip around the head. And if I had both of these still, you'd put them in there, and then that would be his alternate mode. I expect the game alternate mode to look very similar to this, except with two of the, the little orange guns there at the top. Sharksy says it needs to verify your Discord account. What's that for? I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while since I signed up. It might have something to do with like two-factor authentication and things like that. Just kind of making sure you're you. So now also he obviously combines into Computron. So all we do is we just flip his head kind of that way. We fold the wings back a little bit. We got a fist here. We plug into the bottom, and then we bring out the rest of the team, and we plug them in there. And this is ultimately what we're going to be building over the next few months. Strafe is coming first. Don't know what order that they'll be coming in, but we've got Scattershot as the main body, Afterburner, Lightspeed, and Nose Cone. Now, whether they'll actually be able to use all of those names is still yet to be determined, but this is generally, this is Computron. This is G1 Computron. I had this figure since I was a kid, except for Nose Cone was replaced by my good friend Gen 1 Red Alert, since my original Nose Cone actually had his head snapped off due to me being a dumb kid way back in the 80s. But so yeah, this is a well, mostly complete G1 Computron, and we'll be building this guy over the next few months. Is Yellow Ratchet holding something in his hand? No, that yellow piece. If you're thinking about that yellow bit there, that's Star Saber's knee. You can see it got a little bit better look. Here, I can get him closer to you. Now this is a third-party version, so it's almost certainly not going to look like this. But this is the Make Toys Quantron. When I saw this figure, I knew I had to get it because, like I said, I was a big fan of Computron, mostly because that G1 figure that you saw there, that was the only combiner I was able to complete as a kid. But this set, if you're able to get it, I managed to get him on a deep discount sale a few years ago on Black Friday. But he's excellent. All the figures individually are excellent, and the combiner is also quite excellent and worth a pickup if you're a fan of Computron or just generally enjoy third-party bots. Yeah, Strafe and Afterburner are swapped. That's kind of how they did it. They said there is a way to actually get them in the right spot, but it involves a little bit of trickery or something, which I never really fully investigated. And most combiners are Scramble City, meaning they can work wherever they want to. So I said, yeah, they wanted to. I just left it. Maybe they want to work, be different. Here, I'll Scramble City my G1 Computron. See now now Afterburner and Strafe are on the right side compared to the G1. Okay, does that feel better? That is one of the nice things about the combiners there, most of them. And I like the fact that even the more recent Combiner Wars figures kept that kind of a play pattern where you could swap them and use them as an arm or a leg, either side even. The Piranacons are going to go even a step further and mimic their the G1 Piranacon, where they have not 4 limbots, but 5 limbots in addition to the torso. And so you have 4 of them act as a limb, and the 5th one is a gun. So he's kind of a combiner target master. And any one of the 5 limbots can be an arm, it can be a leg, or it can be the gun. So that's actually really cool that they did that. And I had no idea they could even do that until I got that reissue G1 Predacon a few years ago. So the third-party one looks so much better. Oh, of course, third-party ones, they generally do, and that's just because they cost more. They put more effort into it, but it comes with a higher price. But you can't beat the original, the original Hasbro or Takara, and especially G1. I mean, sure, this guy is mostly a brick. He has a little bit of articulation. I mean, the arms, yeah, it's got him, backwards, but he can turn his, you can move his arm a little bit, but there's no elbow, there's no knee, there's a little bit of leg articulation. He can kind of kick forward a little bit, but there's not a whole lot. He pretty much just kind of stands there. But toy engineering has advanced quite a bit. But without these, we wouldn't have those. So you gotta give the respect to the OG, as the kids say. Let's go ahead and swap these guys back since their hands were messed up. So one of not all G1 figures could even do that, where even be able to get the arm all the way out to where you could actually point the gun. So, will you ever have Headmasters in the game? We do have Headmasters in the game. Grand Galvatron's telling you Mind Wipe and Skull Cruncher or Skull Smasher in the game. If you're talking about the Headmaster feature, highly unlikely. Mostly because they would be very tiny and they essentially would be acting like a power core, and we've got power cores. So I won't say it won't happen, but I would say it's highly unlikely as to actually see a Headmaster feature in the game. I do look forward to seeing some more Headmaster bots, like maybe Weird Wolf or Wolfwire was the more recent Titans Return figure. Chrome Dome, Brainstorm was a favorite of mine. I still have my G1 Brainstorm. I remember taking that apart to see how his little stats thing worked with the head. And what's the other one? Highbrow. So there are some other Headmasters, even if they aren't used as Headmasters. There are still some very popular characters, Brainstorm and Chrome Dome particularly, that I'd like to see in the game as well. Some G1 toys didn't even have posable arms. Exactly. Even my Hot Rod toy, which I love, he bent at the elbow. So all he could do is basically bring the arm up like this, and that was it, because this upper part of the arm was completely locked in. So yeah, but you know what? We still had fun with them. You look at some of the more simple toys now, like the ones for the rescue bots that you see out for play school, or even the ones that you see one-step changers, very similar in style, where there's not a lot of posability, but they can still be a lot of fun for someone with imagination, So not saying that adults don't have imagination, but kids generally, the imagination is in overdrive, and kids don't care about ball joints and universal joints and wrist swivels and waist swivels, or the confused dog look, or the kids don't care about that. Some might, but most don't. They just want to care. This is the guy that's in my favorite TV show, and I could go bang 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 and have a good afternoon after watching this program on TV. Or at least that's how I did it when I was a kid. So more to come on Computron and the Technobots and the potential counterpart for the Decepticons. I don't want to say the Seacons are guaranteed, because we haven't seen hide nor hair. Well, they're Seacons. They don't have hair. Well, some might. But we haven't seen any of them in the game yet, so there's not even close. I have a strong feeling that we'll see them. But, we might get like a Grand Galvatron. Because excuse me, again, in Combiner Wars, we had Cyclonus was the torso of a Grand Galvatron, and combined with a few different figures. And in the Combiner Wars, it wasn't any real specific figures, I don't think. There was a gift set in the Unite Warriors released in Japan. Things like Ghost Starscream and Wandering Roller and Zombie Breakdown. And there was another one I can't recall. And in the comics, Grand Galvatron actually was basically just whoever was close by. So really, they have carte blanche to do whatever they want to do with a Grand Galvatron. They just pick, which 4 other figures in the game aren't part of a combiner that will ever use them with? Okay, yeah, we'll put them in Grand Galvatron. So they could go there. Cursed Armada Thrust. Okay, thank you, Grand Galvatron. I knew you would know. So, how about we crack some crystals? Got quite a few crystals here. First off, we got a free crystal here, which I forgot to come in here and crack. We also have 22 of these are that crystal that we got from last weekend's event. Plus also we got VIP crystals this weekend, or this Monday, which means I have 10 Guardian crystals, which have a chance for 3, 4, or 5-star shards. And I forget what this one has. 3, 4, or premium shards. And then also 20 premium crystals. And I'm pretty close to a 4-star crystal, so we'll probably be cracking a 4-star crystal here tonight. So how about we go ahead and start cracking these shard crystals. Bumblebee, thank you for the wish of no dupes. We'll crack these guardian crystals first. 25 4-star shards. There's some 3-star shards. Now this one can drop 5-star shards, so let's see if they actually do. Not yet. There's some 5-star shards. And there's some more 5-star shards. So we got 25-star shards out of it. That's fine. No dupes, but if you're close to a 5-star, yes dupes. I'm a little ways from a 5-star crystal. If you want to see how we stand right here. So I'm almost 1,100 away from a 5-star crystal. So I would need quite a few dupes. But I am less than 250 away from a 4-star crystal. So pretty good chance we'll be seeing cracking a 4-star crystal tonight, and then a pretty good chance I'll be getting some 5-star shards out of it. Going to get a 4-star hotspot tonight? Well, I have a 4-star hotspot, so if I do pull that, it'll be a duplicate. But man, that would be crazy if you call it. Dawn. I wasn't quite sure if it was Dawn or Dan. My eyesight's a little blurry. I had my contacts in, but they're not the best. Oh, that there I think gave us the 4-star crystal there. More 4-star shards. Might get another premium crystal out of this too, or a 3-star crystal. I just saw the number go. It was at 3. I know number 4 over by the Get More was the 4-star crystal, but it's 5 now. So there's another crystal to go get. Probably a premium. The chances for dupes on the 4-star are very high. I have a lot of 4-star bots. There's not many out there left to get. It'd actually be crazy odds to beat if I get a new bot out of that 4-star crystal. Looking forward to any 5-star event soon. It is only 200 shards away from the first 5-star. It says Wreck and Rule. Oh man, looking. I hope you get that. Choose your batch wisely. What batch are you looking for, actually? Wreck and Rule. Oh, it says it says 6. So yeah, we've got 2 more premium crystals to get. We have a 3-star crystal to get, and we've far surpassed the 4-star crystal level. So we'll go ahead and pick that one up. And by the time we get through these premium crystals, we might even have another 3-star there. So. Alright, let's do these premium crystals. Starting off with a Bumblebee. 5-star Hunger. Legacy 3 says Wreck and Rule. There's a hotspot. Hunger is a fun bot. Hunger and Snarl. I do enjoy using them. Wish their health was a little bit higher, but then their damage per second would have to go down a little bit, and they may not be as useful. So it's always a balance. If they've got a high health, they're going to have low damage. If they have a high damage, they're going to have a low health. 3-star Dust Up. Got some Combiner Sparks, some 4-star Shards. There's a Hot Rod. And Skydive. Nah. Cheetor. More Cheetor. More Cheetor. Bruticus almost making a 4-star run amok to level 1000. Oh, you got the 4-star run amok. Congrats to you. Red Alert don't like that they run around walls to get to their targets. Yeah, you know, Cheetor is another one that does that too. Runs around the walls. You know, super high damage. They can claw through that wall no problem, but then they have to run around. Especially, it's especially frustrating when they're using their ability because they're wasting the ability time. Cheetos. 4-star Nas, one of the unicorn bots, says Oktar. Yeah. Shoulder pads prime, 3-star, in fact. Gets us some 4-star shards. Got air raid. Smoke screen. Pipes. Yeah, anytime it pauses like that, you know, I tempted to say, oh, it's thinking about it, but you know, I know better. I know better. I know it just takes a second, and it doesn't mean something's coming. Now, we got a Sandstorm here. Sandstorm is one of the bots I am still missing at 4-star. Got a duplicate Warpath. And we end it, the premiums anyway, with a duplicate 2-star Impactor. That's a pretty recent addition to the premium crystals, isn't it? I don't think Impactor was out until now. So, breaking news: Impactor is available in premium crystals. Here's the 3-star crystal, gives us a duplicate 3-star Sandstorm. Let's make it a hat trick and make this 4-star crystal a 4-star Sandstorm, shall we? Let's go. Boom. It's not. It's a first aid, but that's okay because that's 5-star shards. It's a lot of Combiner Spark and a Power Core, which is probably just going to be used to upgrade other ones. Alright, cool. Sharksy, wham, bam, zam. Warpath, I know exactly what you're doing there. Okay, so there we go. Good news is, got another 4-star crystal coming this weekend. I like it. Okay. So that is how things tend to go when you've got a fair amount of crystals. Okay, so he was looking at Legacy 3. Was it Wreck and Roll? So he's hoping for Ultra Magnus, Jazz, Springer, Firefly, or Cheetor. That's a pretty good lineup. Cheetor, I was lucky to get Cheetor. Cheetor is probably the star of this one. Although you really can't go wrong with many of them. Firefly is probably low on the list because the flyers generally have fallen out of favor by most people. Ultra Magnus obviously is one of the strongest spots in the game. Jazz is a fantastic gunner. Springer is also excellent. But yeah, you can't go wrong with Legacy 3. That would be a good one to go for, and I wish you luck when you finally get it. Galvatron says yeah, he got the 5-star Astro Train, which is the Springer counterpart, but he would have preferred the Mixmaster, which is the Jazz counterpart. But you know, we say no dupe, no dupe, no dupe, but I'm not trying to show off here. But I mean, you know, I guess it kind of comes across that way. But I mean, when you've got as many bots as I do, it's not. I wish it would just kind of scroll. There's not many to get. You know, of the 4 stars left is the Windblade, Ultra Magnus, Punch isn't even available. Goldfire, yeah, he's there. Cybertron Jetfire, is out. Red Alert's new. Rhinox is not available yet. Sandstorm, and that's it for 4 stars. So really, only what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was only 5 I could have gotten out of however many. So chances of getting the a new bot on a 4-star crystal is pretty low. The most annoying thing is when you're the opposite and you only have a handful and then you get a duplicate. That's annoying. When you get to this point, it's just like, hey, cool, 5-star shards. Maybe I'll work towards my next one. Now it does require way too much money to get to this point. I will say that. So if your lineup doesn't look like this, don't feel bad. This I spent way too much money to get here. Gen 1 Red Alert is asking for the availability for the 2-star Red Alert. Unfortunately, my friend, he is still just in a Red Alert crystal. Seeing as how he just came out, it's probably going to be a couple of months before he's available widely. So Impactor must have been in there. Oh yeah, clearly he was, because I pulled a Decepticon Impactor a little while ago. But Cybertron Jetfire, I think, is the most recent one in there, and I can't remember when he was released. But yeah, it's probably a good 2 to 3 months before they get released to the standard crystals, premiums, 3 stars and 4 stars. So, okay, well, that I think is going to do it for the Transformers Earth Wars portion of this show. If you're on Twitch, stick around because I've got a box we're going to be opening. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're missing out on the box opening, that's why you want to join us on Twitch. So go to twitch.tv/EngineerHoist so you can join us live for exclusive Twitch content where I may be opening a box, I may be doing something else, or maybe we'll just have a little bit of a extra chat or discussion. So join us live Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. But for now, I'm Engineer Hoist. Keep rolling, my friends, and we'll see you next time.